Hey, welcome back here everyone for another video. Now, Todd McFarlane is the creator of Spawn, right? And he's done a lot of work over the years. He is basically he's like one of the main people in the toy industry. You know, when he started Image Comics and all this other thing, but when Todd McFarlane, just to go back a little bit, when he started talking about competing with DC and Marvel and things like that, but people didn't give him too much thought about it. They figured to yourself, you know, Marvel and DC are the big two, you can't really compete with them, it ain't making sense to put yourself through all of that. So, you know, but now he makes millions of dollars with his toy company, and Marvel and DC go to him when they need toys made. You understand me? They are coming to him. He's not going to them. They're coming to him to get toys made, to get action figures, to get things made, and he's making bank on that. So, I mean, that should show you. And he started, you know, just nothing special, no big backing or nothing like that. He started and he competed with them, and now they're coming to him and he's making money off of that. So you see, it's never really impossible. Todd McFarlane staked his claim. He did what he did. He's been in the toy industry for many years now. He knows what he's saying. But just recently, he made a statement which is a true statement, but as usual, the SJW woke mob have a problem with it. So here's an article from Bleeding Cool. Yes. Todd McFarlane puts foot in mouth about female action figures. Todd McFarlane took part in an interview last week with popular action figure reviewer and YouTube personality Shatimus Prime on his channel. While they covered a variety of subjects, there was a segment of the interview that has rubbed people the wrong way all weekend. When discussing female action figures, he completely shows his ass, and this is what the article says, is the only way to put it. I'll tell you why that's a stupid statement just now. Not only does he say that he couldn't put a whole wave of female action figures in one wave at retail in the boys figure aisle, but he also tells a horribly long story about a boy receiving a female action figure and being incredibly disappointed, before also implying that the sadness of getting a female action figure may lead to someone becoming a serial killer. That is not what he said. Let me make that very clear. That's not what he said. He made a reference to what happened to when it comes to the different sort of ways that boys when we play with the action figures. I will talk about it, but I just want to make that clear. That's not what he said. This is taken completely out of context and is used in this article to show their ass, not what he said. It's pretty gross, and you can, well, I'm not going to play the clip here, but here's what one person had to say, Matt Borzillo. Are you effing kidding me? Really, Todd McFarlane, a boy getting a female superhero figure as a gift immediately makes you do a serial killer comparison? As a kid, I got Rogue, Jean Grey, Phoenix, etc. and haven't killed anyone yet. God, I knew you were a tool, but this solidifies it. Again, this is how, I'm not going to go through all of this, but this is how these woke nut jobs start their nonsense. But let me explain detail what it is this is saying. Now, what Todd McFarlane was saying is that he's not saying that he can't make female action figures. He has made female action figures. He makes them as a Wonder Woman here, right? He made female action figures. But what he's saying is that they won't sell as much as the action figures that male superheroes that boys will want. And this is why he made this reference. Like he said to it that, you know, You tell your son something like, if you do good in tests or something like that, or for Christmas, you will get this action figure, whatever. And then Christmas morning or birthday, whatever, I don't know the exact thing, but you could look up the video also and see it. Where the boy opens the gift now and finds a female action figure inside, and it's like, Mom or Dad, I just want to ask a question. Were there any Batman action figures? And they're like, yes, there was a whole lot. Were there any Superman action figures? Yes, there were plenty. Were there any G.I. Joe? The aisle was full of them. Were there any aliens, any robots? Yes, there were quite a lot. And yet you got me this. So he said, like, at some point it kind of makes a thing like we have to wonder about serial killers happen somewhere, and you have to wonder. But it was a joke, but he was making reference to something that is actually true. Now, reason I could talk about this, I myself had action figures and had toys growing up. I also have a sister. She had dollies and these sort of things. But here's the bottom line of it. Yeah? There is a difference in the way boys and girls play. And it could be something genetic, biology, whatever, but there is a difference. When it comes to boys and action figures, Superman, Batman, you want to be that person. You play with a Batman action figure and you find yourself, I'm Batman, and put on a cape or something like Superman, but like you're looking to fly. I mean, you know how many times I had a Superman action figure, you know how many times I wanted to fly and I never jumped off my roof or anything, but I'm just saying. You want to fly, you see Spider-Man, you want to do that. These are the ways that boys really interact and play with these things. Girls, on the other hand, now I'll use my sister again as a reference. When girls have toys, and this is nothing that nobody tells them or anything, they instinctively want to dress up these dolls, play with these dolls, have these dolls like their babies or whatever. So you see a lot of these toys made for them in that reference because it shows how they play. Now, nobody is saying that you cannot have female action figures. I mean, I know people who have Rogue, Storm, Jean, all these different things. Same thing this fella is talking about here. But the difference is that when you are a child, you don't really, as a young boy, you don't really say, well, okay, I want an action figure of a Power Ranger, and somebody decides to bring you the pink Power Ranger. You're like, I don't want the pink Power Ranger, I wanted the red or the white or something like that. Because you want to be this person, and you know, okay, this is a male action figure, I want to do that, I want to play with this, I want to do that. As you get older, and there are people who do collectibles and these kind of things, they collect these things, but they don't play with them. They collect them, they keep them in cases, they keep them there, all these sort of stuff. So he's not wrong. And this is what people are not understanding. He's not wrong. There's a difference in the way boys and girls play. And as a boy, you're not going to say, well, okay, you're going to walk into a toy store and immediately want a female action figure. You will go for the Superman, the Batman, the G.I. Joe, the Spawn, the this, because you want to play and you want to be these characters. Nobody's not saying you won't have female action figures and thing. Also, if you want to build the whole X-Men team in action figures, you're clearly going to need them. But you will more see people picking up Wolverine, Cyclops, Cable, Nightcrawler. That is just how the difference between boys and girls play. So if Todd McFarlane, I mean, and again, as I say, he's been in the toy business for years. He knows what he's talking about. If he says to him, if he says that, you know, I'm going to put out an entire line of boys action figures related, geared towards boys, it will sell out. But I won't put out as many action figures of female characters because I know it's not going to sell the same. But when you have these SJW nutcases who They listen to no other opinion but their own. They formulate something in their mind. The minute they hear something, they automatically think it's something against them. They're not willing to listen to the truth. They're not willing to listen to anybody who may have more experience, who may know something more than them. No. They just tell themselves, listen, if you don't agree 100% with what exactly is being said, you are a problem. You are a problem, and we need to come out and try to cancel you and launch cancel culture against you and all kind of thing. But Todd McFarlane has millions of dollars and he keeps making money. He keeps doing what he's doing. He doesn't have to care what you have to say, because what he's saying is the truth. And the truth is the one thing that these social justice warriors don't want to hear, because the truth defeats their ideology. And their ideology gets worse and worse every day. So it's not that the man is saying that boys who play with action figures will become serious or something like that. No, he made a joke in reference to something that is actually true. Nobody is saying that you can't have female action figures or the other. Nobody is saying that. But what self-respecting boy you will honestly see, what self-respecting boy you will really see will walk into a toy store and say, okay, mom, dad, I want an action figure, I want the pink Power Rangers, and that. No, because there's a difference between the way boys and girls play. When boys play with toys, with action figures, that kind of thing, they want to be that person. Girls play because they want to dress up and nurture, and that's what they do. So it's nothing that he's saying that is wrong. This is scientific fact that has shown there's a difference between the way that they play. I think there was a study done about it some years ago. So there are three main takeaways from this. One, when it comes to Todd McFarlane, he's shown that you can compete with the other big leaguers. So anybody who wants to do something or wants to get in some kind of creativity or something, do it. Do it. Right now we need more creatives, we need more people to do different things, to put us up to the kind of nonsense that's being done out there. Do it. Secondly, what he said about the difference between when it comes to action figures geared towards boys or girls is true. Whether you don't like it or whether you have a problem with it or whether you want to up and out about something, it does not change the fact that what he has said is actually true. He's not lying. It's the truth. You may not want to believe it, but that doesn't mean it's not true. And thirdly, you will find this woke culture in the SJW, whatever and thing, that will attack anything to justify their own failed attempt, because you cannot come out and actually back up what you say, that this isn't true, that this isn't this, that this isn't that. No. You come out now and say, and same thing with this Matt Bozillo, whatever. Somebody kidding me and come on. And this is one of the only person who came out attacking him. This is just the one on Bleeding Cool. Other people came out and say something, but if you listen to this nonsense, you may think something different, but it is the truth. There's a difference between the way that they play, that they do things. He's not lying, it's the truth. And some people just don't like to hear the truth. But it is. Anyway, that's it for me. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and opinions about this. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell, you'll be notified every time I put out a new video. Be sure to share the video out there. Let as many people as possible know about it. So, get it out there and really circulate it. And I shall see you all in the next video. Take care.